Welcome to another episode of Husbands Watching Housewives. I'm Scott.
And I'm Jeff.
And we just watched an episode of The Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Yes.
Yes.
Even your intro is very subdued.
Yeah, I mean, that episode was insanely subdued.
Yes.
Like, stuff happened.
Yeah.
And then
they talked about
caught off guard.
They talked about stuff.
They really did
and talked about some more stuff.
Yes.
And
none of it was really related to any other stuff. It was just what everyone's stuff was stuffing.
It was like rando stuff they just tossed in.
Yeah, it was.
I.e., do you have a man cave?
Who asked that?
Pinky asked that of Montel Jordan.
Oh, yes. Okay. Sorry, I just wasn't expecting Montel Jordan to make an appearance as a marriage and family couples counselor.
Like, this is how you do.
Have a happy marriage.
Yeah, I was right.
It was really, really hanging out right there. Easy, low-hanging fruit, Jeff. Kidding. Well, if you're just joining us, thank you for joining us. We are two husbands, each other's husbands, and we watch Real Housewives. And we talk about it, even when the episode isn't all that exciting. That's actually something when we first started this, we said, hey, some episodes will be an hour long, some might be 10 minutes long. And so this might be one of those 10. We never had a 10-minute long episode.
No, that's
15, 20. We've had a 20-minute episode before.
Yeah.
But, sometimes the shows, there's just nothing really going on. Like, it's the sort of thing where I feel like if every week was like this, that kind of sets the tone and you're like, okay, you kind of get into everyone's, kind of personal stories. But when the previous weeks have been all about the drama between each other, and then suddenly you have this week where it's all right.
Yeah, it was funny, like how it was all personal stories and like little small meetups or like one-side meetups. And then but surprisingly, the big group
Photo.
The big group filming, the big event, there was no drama. They actually had fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then maybe that's why there's nothing to talk about this. It's just really, really weird.
Wow, well, I'm sure they'll course correct next week. We just got back from a trip.
We did. We went to Palm Springs to visit some friends.
Yes.
Who retired there.
Yes.
And it's
spoiler alert, hot.
Yeah.
Real hot.
Hot. Palm Springs in June. Who knew the desert in summer was hot? But it's
extremely hot.
It was a really good trip, other than Alaska Airlines screwing us over. But they took care of us, actually. So at the end, our flight was delayed on our way out. It was really crazy that we were at our gate a half hour before boarding, and suddenly the flight no longer was leaving from the airport we were at. It was leaving from an airport an hour away. So it's like, is this one of the situations where they're going to put you on a bus and get you there?
It was also like, this can't be real. This must be a mistake.
Right.
But there's no gate agent.
Right.
No one there to like say, hey, this is what's going on. And also, surprisingly, not a lot of people around in general, like that are getting on the flight. And maybe that was the thing. They're like, no, we're going to like just skip over this and go to this other airport.
Yeah. It was really, really bizarre. But ultimately, we got onto another flight that was delayed.
But also, we were having a bad day because, like, we woke up and we weren't sure we were going to go because we weren't feeling well. We didn't know if it was a cold or if it was allergies.
Yeah.
And, it just, luckily, we bounced back. We're feeling better.
Much better.
Now. But it was, like, not the day you want to be stuck in an airport, blowing your nose.
No. It's weird. Like, our friends were really chill about it. Like I guess we're so conditioned from COVID and everything to make sure that, like, if we're sick at all, like, or we suspect we might be sick, we don't want to bring germs to someone's house. And they're the people that I thought I would have sworn up and down would have been like, don't bring any germs.
Right.
But they were just like, no, you're fine.
Whatever. Well, I think we also stressed. We both took a COVID test. It was negative.
Yeah, that's true.
So.
And we were on the upswing. So it's not like we were just coming down with this.
Right. It's been a couple of days.
Yeah, it was really weird. But ultimately, Palm Springs is nice. Like, living in the desert is...
It's a whole different lifestyle.
Yes. And I don't know, like, I kept thinking while we were there, for our friends who retired there, it's like, why here? Like, retirement is probably really nice to begin with, but doing it somewhere where, like, you have to relearn life seems really weird. You know what I mean?
Not relearn life. It's just that there's no really exterior living.
Well, there is. It's nighttime.
Yeah. Even then, it's still pretty warm. Like, they don't use their pool. It might just be a them thing.
Right.
Until after the sun goes down because it's too hot to stay out by the pool. So that's when we hung out at the pool, which is very nice. And we had great dinners. And we went to the movies because also a cool place.
Yep.
And it was just we went to the casino.
Yeah.
I won $40.
I lost $300. Oh. So together, we lost $240.
Yeah.
That's nice. It was good.
Yeah.
Stuff. But yeah, it just the whole thing, like, I don't know, like, I never really consider where we're gonna retire. I always just assume around here.
That's what I think too.
But again, like, I guess anything's possible. But
cost of living changes, or you want to be closer to family or friends, or I don't know.
I think that's the weird thing, though, is that our friends went from San Francisco to Palm Springs, and it's not like the real estate was all that different. Their options in Northern California versus Southern California. It's not like cost of living in Palm Springs is all that different. Like, you're trading things off. Like, you may not be, paying this, but you're paying air conditioning out the wazoo, all that stuff. So it's just a really weird kind of decision to make. But I think it came down to him, like the heat and like his old brittle bones or whatever. But
well, you can't afford a house in San Francisco.
No, but you could afford one outside San Francisco.
Maybe they didn't want to do that. Obviously, they didn't want to do that.
Obviously, they did not. Yeah, that's true. But no, it's a interesting thing, and I've never really put much thought into it. But yeah, like, because it's weird. Retirement, very odd.
Yeah, the lack of working is really odd.
Yeah,
it was nice not working those last couple of days, and even like the airport stuff. At least we're together, and we weren't at a desk, and we didn't have to deal with people.
Didn't have to deal with commuting.
Yeah.
We didn't have our cats waking us up at 3 a.m. fighting, so we got to sleep in till like 9 a.m. one day.
Like going to a movie like randomly, on a Thursday in the middle of the day. It's just like, it was just chill.
Yeah. So. It is, they wanted us to stay a little bit longer. I can't imagine doing like a 5-day trip in Palm Springs, but we were there for like I guess 2.5 days, or just day and a half plus half. Anyway, I
think maybe one more day if we'd come back on Saturday instead of Friday.
Yeah, that might have been good.
Yeah.
So either way, we should talk about Atlanta.
Right.
Yeah.
Hot Atlanta.
Hot Atlanta. What happened?
So what had happened was Shamia talked with Cynthia about her relationship with the other women.
Mm-hmm.
I think like they're inching slowly towards Shamia and Porsha actually talking together on camera.
Right.
And because they talk about, more so Shamia talks about Porsha because people keep pushing her to. But Shamia just said, like, I didn't invite her to the Gerald's birthday party because we're not in a good place. But like Dennis and Gerald apparently talk all the time, and they have play dates with the kids, which who knew. And
I like that Cynthia tried to stand up for Porsha a little bit and be like, hey, Porsha invited you and was being the bigger person.
Right.
Like, maybe you should think about doing that. And Shamia was just kind of like, don't even go there.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to play that game. But at least Cynthia stated it, and for the record, it's out there. That she was saying, hey, you can't make this your regular MO. Like,
also, too, Gerald does not want to really do the show, so he wouldn't have wanted to have an all-cast event where there was more potential of drama.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, she invited the people that she was cool with, i.e. not Drew and Porsha.
Right.
So it made sense, but whatever.
Okay. So from Lake Bailey, they go where?
K, Michelle, and Pinky. This is a weird conversation.
Ours right now?
No.
They were having, because ours is pretty weird too.
Theirs. So they talk about after Shamia and Drew and Kay had that dust up.
Right. After the national anthem.
So say inauguration. They went out. Shamia and Kay went out to the club.
Where Shamia's mother met them.
Yes, apparently with her boobs up to her neck.
Yeah.
Said Kay. And out of nowhere, Shamia was saying that people don't want her to be friends with K Michelle.
Like, people,
all her friends
warning her of being friends with her.
Right. And then Kay made a reference to Candy Coated Nights, which made us think that Candy is one of those people who is warning Shamia about being friends with Kay.
Yeah, I don't think there's any other way to take that. That has to be.
She wouldn't have randomly said that.
Yeah.
So, and rightfully so, Kay's like, why are you telling me about people who hate on me and are telling you not to be friends with me? Because it makes it seem like Shamia's like, but I am going to be friends with you, Kay. I won't listen to them. Like, like she's being the
martyr or the
or
the bigger person,
or just that, you know, I love you so much, like you should be happy I'm like not this ignoring all my friends and actually being friends with you.
Right. There's
it's
word
weird
for what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Can't
yeah,
think of it either
yeah.
right now. It is a little weird. I don't know, but it, on one hand, it seems like another thing that Kay is being really sensitive about, and a sea of other things she's been really sensitive about this season. And on one hand, I don't know, like, wouldn't you want to know if people were telling you to, like, saying shit about you behind your back?
Well, I wouldn't want, you got to assume there are a lot of haters out there, but I wouldn't want someone to say to me, everyone's telling me not to be friends with you, because how does that make me feel? You know?
Oh, that, like, it's not just like I don't have, yeah, that makes sense, because it ends up being that, oh, there's not only are there people just out there not being my friends, there are people actively asking others to not be my friend.
Right.
So it's one thing for someone to have a problem with me, but now that everyone else has a problem with me and is trying to make you have a problem with me too.
Right.
I can see that.
Yes.
Yeah, I have a friend that I was warned against making friends with, and he became one of my best friends. But yeah, that was Ben. That group, they were all warned.
Right. Yes.
Well, he's definitely a handful. You know, he knows where he stands with those people.
But also, too, it's like, you know, it's your experience with that person versus experience with their experience with other people. And I think she may just be like, I'm friends with you. It's cool. I like you. We're cool together. Not even bringing up people who are saying things.
Yeah, because I think the way that goes is like, yeah, you know, people say that, you know, they you know, have a problem with you for this or that or the other, but it's like, I don't see what they're talking about. Like that, I think that's the way, if you're going to bring it up, you can bring it up and just say, yeah, people say, you know, they have little, you know, that you're X, Y, or Z, but I don't see it. You know, that's the sort of thing that might make it okay. But yeah, a weird conversation for sure.
It was weird, yeah.
Yeah. But it doesn't seem like next week that's the problem.
I think
that up.
I think that's what, like, someone told somebody, and now, yes.
Yeah. Does this season have a lot of 3 days ago clips more than usual? Because I'm used to there being a couple of those every franchise, every season, where like, but it's usually for like for your information, you know, like these two had lunch the other day. And it's usually something very minor, but it seemed like a lot, especially in this episode and maybe the last couple, there's a lot of weight being pulled by, oh, by the way, these two had lunch the other day, because that's what we're just supposed to assume they talked crap about each other.
Right.
And it's like, oh, okay. Like, I would rather them actually show us them talking trash in real time and find a way to make that a legitimate story. Like, oh, we're going to coffee, we're having this conversation so we can see it happening instead of having all these flashbacks of people talking crap.
Sometimes it just doesn't fit time-wise, and they want to, like, give you context very quickly without having to set a whole scene up.
Yeah.
You know, the whole slow-mo walk, ordering of the food.
Well, maybe don't do the slow-mo walk. Maybe just have them eating.
You have to have the ordering of the food.
I get what you're saying.
Anyways.
Up next.
Porsha and Mike. They're not together. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. The chef made some good food. Cool.
He wants kids. She doesn't want to do that.
Yeah.
They're not going to be together because she's with Sway anyways.
Right. And it seems as though like everyone's issue, or Porsha was trying to make the story that she went to Clout Fest and did that cheeky, like, I'm dating a guy and a girl. And I remember when that happened in real time.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. I don't remember being Clout Fest necessarily. But yeah.
It was not Clout.
Not Clout. What was it called?
It was Culture Con.
Culture Con.
Not Clout Fest. Oh, there should be a Clout Fest.
I mean, maybe there is. It just seemed to me that she, like, even when she gave that expression on stage, she was definitely doing some sort. It felt a little baity.
It was teasing the season.
Yes. And also, there was a little like, I might be bi, I might not be bi. And it just seemed a little like too.
Well, she's been like bi for a while, so she hasn't been with a woman in a relationship that we've seen.
In this episode, the fact that like she kind of set the scene with that, brought it up with Mike, then later brings it up with Dennis, it just seems like, so what'd y'all think about me saying I might be dating a woman, you know? And it's just
in the rainbow cake at Drew's later on.
Yeah.
If I like the reference to like, you also had rumors about you with rainbows and
right. Yes. But yeah, the whole Mike scene, cool.
Whatever.
Next.
He's cute though. that necklace he has is like dumb.
Is it dumber than Dennis's hat?
No.
Okay.
So Kelly's whole thing. Kelly moved out of her. I remember hearing about this when it happened in real time, that she was having an issue with her neighbor.
At Neighbor Fest?
Yes.
Okay.
So she got away from the situation of her alleged stalking neighbor, and she needs a place to go. So Shamia happens to have a townhouse investment property, so she's letting Kelly stay there.
Mm-hmm.
Good friend.
Which I'm assuming, Kelly's actually paying her rent to stay there.
I don't think she is.
I would have to think.
Shamia rich. Shamia doesn't need that.
I would still think, just...
Well, she's also, Phaedra's not charging her for her legal fees. They cut to a scene with Phaedra and Kelly talking about her case and being in the film with the kids and getting child support. And Phaedra was really cool to be like, I've been through this before. I know legal fees can be really high. I'm not going to charge you.
Yeah.
That was nice. Yeah.
I was surprised that Phaedra's had an office that big. And I'm wondering I don't know, just for someone who does so much and seems to have different jobs, how much of her time has she spent at the law office versus doing some undertaking versus doing,
that's the thing,
Reiki healing
she has so many things. Like when Phaedra first came on the scene, she was all about being a lawyer. So when they cut to this, I'm like, oh, I forget that she's a lawyer, you know. But it's good to have somebody to represent the other women on the cast. So
Yeah, no, it was good, and I like that we met her business partner.
Right,
Ben, was that his name?
And
for some reason they were drinking champagne to celebrate something I didn't quite understand.
It's we're not buying clothes. Why are we having champagne?
I don't understand. Even what they were what
they weren't celebrating. Is more so just here's a drink, you guys. Let's
Oh, it's because I guess they
boost your spirits.
Yeah, it seemed really weird.
Yeah.
Okay. But I guess Phaedra was going to press for child support. Was
and also so she could film with her kids.
Yes, that was the next thing. So,
and breaking that fourth wall.
But it's a very nice office.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the view and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I just get the impression that Phaedra spends a lot of time doing things other than being an attorney.
Well, maybe it's her all-purpose office.
That's where she goes just to do all of her work, of her work in general.
Yeah.
Didn't think about that.
I mean, it could be pricey office space, so you might as well
make use of it. Yeah.
So Angela's dealing with the 1-year anniversary of her mom's death.
Yes.
And dealing with the grief and the process of it.
Brought her brother in for a talk to at a park.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I thought I'd forgotten that her mother passed away, so that was very sad. But it was just weird how that, again, editing, how they went from that, talking about that, to talking about her daughter, who we never see, who I know got married secretly, and she's not telling her other kids because she wants her daughter to tell her siblings about her secret marriage.
I don't know why that whole kind of the conversation seemed to be a little low key, I don't want to talk about the fact that she's a lesbian.
That's what you infer.
Angela was totally kind of being I don't want, because she kind of said, how do I tell the children about that?
Right.
And it's and that's just so irritating.
And that her daughter will have to answer to her siblings.
Right. And that when her brother ended up saying the kids need to be equipped with as much information about this world as possible, which it was had to read, it definitely was reading I don't know how to tell them about gay
people.
Yeah, and I was just kind of it is airing in June, Angela. I hope this goes over well for you.
This was definitely a Pride Month episode.
Yeah. So a little tiny bit of homophobia.
Yes.
And I'm not trying to say that she's homophobic.
But the way that they put it together and how she was expressing it made it seem that she had an issue beyond just being secretly married.
Right.
That her daughter's a lesbian.
Yes. And and it might just be her issue is that she just doesn't know the best way to speak about these things, the right words to use. I'm being very generous here and not saying that she just has a problem with explaining, how gayness works. So, but yeah, other than that conversation was pretty it.
And then later on, the women support her, which I thought was really nice, how they got her flowers and Porsha gave her that gift and really being there for her and whatnot. And I'd forgotten that Drew's father died, I think.
I don't know.
And so she could speak on that. But yeah, it was really nice that they came together for her.
Yeah.
So it was that.
What else happened with Drew this episode?
She wore that horrible wig.
Well, that horrible wig.
I mean, it was just bad.
Oh, we had a lot of bad confessionals today. Porsha's.
Kelli's.
And Kelli. Yeah.
Oh, God.
I like Kelli when she was looking just when she was moving. She had relaxed hair, just regular hair, no makeup. She was great.
Well, the bow dress is cool.
Yeah.
But that new black pleather leather dress is really, it makes her seem so small. And it's not flattering. And then Porsha's dress is not flattering.
It looks like it's pulling one breast the other direction.
Yes.
And they're not,
It's just not, it's not flattering to the boobs. Your boobs are better than that dress. I've seen them in person.
When you say you've seen them, I'm like, oh, hey.
Well, but like the under boob in that one scene.
Oh, yeah.
Too, we've seen so much of Porsha's boobs over the years. Yes. Well, Drew had that get together, which is basically like, let's talk about things. Let's talk about how, let's talk about, I missed that show. Let's talk about Drew's issue with Kay and with Shamia, where she left out some things.
She did leave out some things very, very much.
Yeah. So now like make it seem that Shamia was talking all about Porsha
But it's everything I expect from Drew. It was just kind of like
half-assedness.
Yes. So
yeah.
Well,
Pinky, that's the marriage counseling with Montel Jordan.
Yes.
Talking about how her husband wants to like give her the money so she doesn't have to file bankruptcy, but that's not financially smart. They were saying because she should just file and whatever, and he wants to take care of her, and she doesn't, so yeah, it was a session. It's Montel Jordan and his wife.
Yeah, I'm all for. Maybe they'll be on the show more often. Maybe they'll be on. She'll get Mrs. Jordan will get a.
And she's a pastor too, so she could like.
Isn't Phaedra also a pastor?
She's like adjacent because she does all those funerals.
Oh, gotcha.
But she's not like an actual pastor. Her mother's a pastor. Drew's mother is a pastor. There's a lot of pastors. Pastor mothers.
Can't throw a peach without hitting a pastor.
You can't. Ow, you hit me. Sorry, Mama. Anyways, so yes, then Pinky had that 80s skate party, and that was the actual fun.
Yes.
Everyone was getting along. Porsha and Shamia were standing next to each other.
Yes.
Interacting, twerking together.
Kelli was dressed as Wonder Woman.
Right, for some reason.
It just, the color choices and the gold shorts just screamed Wonder Woman to me.
Porsha was trying to do Whitney Houston.
I know what she was going for with it, but, if she's going to do I Want to Dance with Somebody, Whitney
Houston. It used to be like blonde.
Yeah, and then also on top of that, like, she wasn't wearing like this multicolored leotard. It was a leotard, but it, wasn't multicolored. It was pretty, colored.
It was like red in the Whitney Houston video.
Yeah. But it wasn't like multi-patterned.
Right.
Yeah.
I have to go back and watch that. I don't know.
Dance. That's all you have to do when you're talking about I want to dance with somebody.
Dance. But no, it was like everyone was having a good time for once, and even it was funny like seeing Kay and Phaedra being afraid of the skating and
the little walker thing. I've never seen anyone use a little walker like that.
I've seen it. I think it was on somebody else. Oh, who was it? Someone else had a skate party. Well, was it Potomac?
I think probably that sounds like something Potomac would have done.
Yes.
Ashley threw some skate party. It was a G&A party probably. In all the years we've lived back up here, we're near a skating rink, and I always talk about it. We've never gone skating. I think because skate night is on a weeknight, and we get home so late from work.
Right, so they're not doing it on the weekends?
They'd have adult skate night on the weekdays.
So it's just a bunch of children?
On the weekends, yes. So either we need to have a kid and go roller skating on the weekend.
That's the only reason why to have a kid.
Yeah.
It's for roller skating on the weekend.
And ice skating. We have a world-renowned ice skating rink nearby, too. We've never done either.
Really?
So, yeah. Well, yeah, the Snoopy rink.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right.
So we gotta go do all that stuff. But yeah, we should take a Wednesday off and we should coordinate with Jen and some friends, and we'll do a skate night.
Okay.
Be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they play a bunch of old music. By old, I mean like from the 90s. Great. That place still smells like it did when I was a kid.
Which is
what?
Which is what smell?
Oh, just like old roller rink. Just sweat and carpet and spilled ice.
And you kind of can't get that smell out.
You really can't. No, and then like it smells like I guess feet because
Team
all
spirit.
the rented skates in the lockers and stuff. Yeah. So, but it's a fun time.
Yeah, I haven't been roller skating in forever, but I
can roller skate.
Yes.
Yes.
And I can air skate. I mean, I can understand like, you know, not wanting to fall and break something, especially, you know, with Kay and her booty. But I don't know if you need the walker. Just go real slow.
Right. Or have
someone, or have someone hold your hand, experienced skater.
Yeah.
What have you. So, yes, the meat of the episode, I guess, was Porsha and Dennis.
Right. I think, though, to me, what felt like one of the only genuine things of the episode.
It was very genuine because Porsha was caught off guard, as you said earlier.
Yeah.
So it was just like, he just came in hot, just saying, one, I saw the culture con thing. You shouldn't talk about your relationship. You're going too fast. And then they're saying, like, you were doomed in your marriage from the get-go. And, you know, she's saying, like, don't say that about you shouldn't have said that about my marriage. You know, I have not introduced anyone to Pilar. I wouldn't put her in that situation, I guess, unless it was like a real solid relationship. And then he like throws out the ring.
Yeah, it was like
the engagement ring,
which I forgot he gave to her twice.
I did too.
And there's clearly a lot of details we don't know about how that ended, because it seems
he
like
cheated on her.
Is that what happened?
Yes.
Okay.
He admits that. Well, there's always
the first time he cheated on her, because that's where like they kind of had, we'll get back, you know, we're working through stuff, and the second time was when after that all happened.
After they had Pilar.
Yeah. And so why that didn't happen, I'm not sure about, but
yeah,
but she was definitely caught off guard, like with just, you know, I wasn't like just to see
it was
ring,
so real.
See the ring again, the one that like she'd looked at and probably like, this is going to be my wedding ring, you know, and
my
like,
forever.
Yeah, exactly. And then just to see that, she was very thrown off, and I've felt for her in a way, but she definitely reacted like where he was saying like, we need, you know, couples counseling because you're not receiving this in the way that I was giving it, you know, which I don't think he was trying to like, oh, here, take this back. He's just, I think what he was saying is like, you know, you're talking about having a relationship with other people, and you've moved on. Obviously, you married Simon. Now you're moving to other people. We're not going to be together, and I still have this ring. Like, you might want to do something with it. Like, it's, you know, we aren't a thing, so maybe this doesn't mean anything.
I didn't even get that part, like, or that point of him even bringing the ring. It just seemed out of nowhere.
I mean, to me, it seemed like he had this ring and he's like, I don't know what to do with it. And so he was using this as an opportunity to say, you know, hey, you might know what to do with this.
Well, he should like repurpose it and, like she said, give it to Pilar.
Right.
You know,
that would have been smart.
Yeah. Because it's, you know, worth a lot too. But yeah, it was just so. I think she was so caught off guard because she's like, we weren't even talking about us, you know, and now you brought this ring and like the trauma from like our breakups and like what I thought was going to happen and how it affected, you know, our daughter potentially. And, you know, it was just, why are you doing this? That's her saying, you know, you're the trauma, you know? So it was just, yeah. She was gobsmacked.
Yeah. When she asked production, did you know that?
I know. And the camera guy's like,
And was that other person was one of her like staff, right?
Right, because they were talking about building her glam room before.
Oh, right. Yeah. I was like, or is that one of the producers? I was like,
no, because they would have said like, they would have thrown up like producer.
That's true. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but she definitely was like, what is happening here? Why is he doing this? And then kicked him out of her house, you know, and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think he had good intentions behind it. I don't think he was trying to get a rise out of her. He wasn't trying to be disrespectful or anything. I just don't think they communicate well is the problem.
Well, he didn't think. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because he's the most mumbly of all the husbands on all the shows.
Well, she said, you know, I care a lot about Dennis's mental health, and it doesn't seem that he's doing the same for me.
Well, I read that to be that she's saying like, hey, before I ever say things to him or before I run things past him, I think about how that'll affect him. and he clearly doesn't do that. Like, he doesn't think, like, what's going to be the end result of me giving this ring back? Whereas, you know, I'm sure she's calculating even last season, like, what's going to happen when I make half my storyline about how he's seeing Drew, you know?
Right. Oh, God. Like, that was, well, because that was more so about messing with her housewife thing. Like, this is like, I think, you know, Porsha is not necessarily produced, but she knows how she wants things to go. And when she knows how it goes because she's been on the show for so long. So when things get thrown at her, she's like, wait, what are you doing? Why are you talking to Drew? This has become a story. You know, we went on about that so much last year. And so now she's like, what are you doing? Like, bringing up our relationship. Like, she even said, like, in a perfect world, they would be together, but like, it's just not meant to be. And so, but it does pain her that they're not together.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure if you have a child with this person, like, wouldn't it be perfect and easy and give, you know, Pilar everything Pilar probably wants?
And he's a great father too.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But like the fact that reality can't exist, you know, probably is a little like stab in the gut.
Yeah.
To think about that all over again. So, yeah. That was by far the most interesting part of the episode. The
for sure.
And that.
Yes.
Again, for me, I feel like if the last couple weeks were similar episodes and we were all kind of invested in what everyone was doing individually so that when they came together, they talked about it, I would be okay with more episodes like this. But because every episode's been kind of, you know, addressing beefs between the ladies, now to have, I guess we've had 2 back-to-back that were kind of like, what's up? What happened this week? But I don't know, it's definitely different styles of housewiving.
Yes.
So
hopefully we're working towards something.
Well, I think they're definitely, you're saying, opening the door in, like, as far as like a, you know, production goes, they're bringing the storyline back to Porsha and Shamia and like getting more conversation about that out there in the ether.
Breadcrumbs.
Yes. So that way when they have more of a, you know, direct conversation that's not just so shocking and then...
In Scotland, yeah.
So when are they going to Scotland? Because we're on was this episode 11 or 12?
We're past the halfway part. I think, halfway point, probably in a couple episodes.
I think they're going to try and end the season in Scotland like they did.
Maybe.
They didn't do that with Beverly Hills, but they did that with the other shows that had just ended.
Potomac. We left them at the gas station.
Oh, God, I forgot about that horrible Colorado trip.
What a nightmare.
Yes,
what a nightmare. Somewhat related.
Oh, related?
The OC trailer came out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So related to boring looking things?
I was thinking nightmares. No. It could be good. It could not be. We weren't impressed by it.
No.
You know, it came out, while we were in Palm Springs. We're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There wasn't much about it that like screamed that this is going to be a very, you know, exciting season.
No.
Like, I'm sure stuff's going to happen, little things here and there.
Someone said on radio, Annie had said too, this won't be like a...
Yeah, what was the word he used? It's something like steady or... Yeah, tame. Yeah, so, you know, there's not going to be anything explosive, which is fine.
I feel like the new girl's going to try to be explosive. And she's fiery, she's like coming at Vicky, but we'll see how that actually goes.
So maybe this is a good season where they're all just having fun.
Did she yawn?
Sorry, it's hot up here.
That's what I think about you, OC. No.
Yeah.
So we'll get more into that. I mean, that's coming up soon, July.
Yeah, we got some pictures put up behind us.
Oh, yeah. They got the whole new gallery.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And then they all looked okay.
They did. They all look great. I like the black outfits. Yeah.
But did they look amazing? No, they looked okay.
Yeah, I mean, Vicky actually, I think, looked really good.
So I've never actually watched a season of County with Vicky.
You've seen Girlship with Vicky.
And I've seen Vicky like show up on an episode here and there.
Right, but not a full season with Vicky.
Yes. And while I know a lot of people love Vicky Gunvalson, I've found her irritating so far. So I'm very curious to see how I'm going to feel about her being in every freaking episode.
Well, a lot of people find Vicky irritating, so you're not alone.
Okay.
So yes.
Good to know.
Yes.
So did we cover everyone? Anyone want to leave it out? Cynthia, she's at the beginning.
Yeah, Cynthia was just being a good supportive friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, for once, Kay didn't really have a lot to do, and I think that was okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
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 Well, we'll talk about it next time.
Until next time.